Hey, welcome to the All Ambient Podcast, everybody. Really glad to be here with Marshall, Kirk, and Ben. Guys, hello. Good to see you today.
Good
Hello
to see
there.
you, Mike.
Great to see you guys as
Good
well.
to see you guys.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We are here. This is not a very typical attitude for me, but I'm coming in on fumes right now. I'm coming in on fumes, working on a couple non-music things that have taken a lot of my music time away. I mean, I'm the one who said yes to it, but I am feeling the effects of that. Plus, coming down the end of summer, all of that. All that to say, I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to be with you guys, really happy to talk shop, something that we're all really passionate about. Really happy for all the viewers and listeners that are joining us. And yeah, here we go. It's gonna be a good episode. So
Yeah.
awesome. If you may recall, we had a Soma Sova remix challenge that we set up a couple episodes ago. And thanks to our awesome Discord community, we had some amazing entries into the Soma Sova remix challenge. And just a little plug, if you are not already on our Discord community, please come on over and join the conversation. There's a lot of cool things happening, a lot of people talking about everything from their releases to different instruments to just goofball stuff and everything in between. But it's a good group of people. It's continuing to grow. I had the chance this afternoon to do an interview that should be coming out real soon. Actually, at time of recording this, is it going to come out before? I don't know. It's going to come out in the future with Andrew from Go Outside, who is was really active on the Discord community. He does a great job, and it's fun to see not only the stuff that he's releasing and putting out on YouTube and all that, but also just keeping the community alive. So yeah, come join us by all means. But here we are. So we finished up our second Soma Sova release, which was awesome. Go back and check out a handful of episodes ago when we went through the 4 different songs. I think it was 2 different episodes. But yeah, we then at that point released the remix challenge out to all of you to say, hey, why don't you take whichever one of these 4 songs that you want to, roll the dice, have some fun with the remix, and submit it to us, and we're gonna chew through them. So we had a handful of them submitted. Thanks to everyone who put in that time and effort. I think, and you tell me guys, just through this process, I think this sort of thing could be something that we might do a little more often, right? Like we could have some fun with this. We could just give me some of your initial feedback just on the whole process, and of course we're always trying to refine and always trying to grow, but I see this as kind of a cool way that we could continue to, just grow together in the All Ambient community and also just keep getting people involved in it. So any thoughts on kind of how it all went down?
I love the idea. I think, go ahead, Ben.
All right. Just to say, I think it was great. I really enjoyed listening to the submissions. And not only that, to your point, Mike, I would love to do this kind of thing on a more regular basis, be it remixes, be it kind of getting the community involved in other challenges that we're kind of setting and that we're taking part in, but we can get other people in part of as well. Find ways of featuring that music and the submissions from other people as part of the podcast, and just have that kind of two-way that two-way conversation with the community. So yes, 100%.
I like the idea of doing something, whether it's like an artist feature or like a track feature, where even you do an episode where you kind of do a deep dive on the original track as a heads up that, hey, and by the way, this track is going to be up in 2 weeks with the stems that you just kind of did a deep dive on, and we'd love to see what you come up with, Just so, that kind of thing where you feature a track, you spend an episode on it, you maybe even go through the session or whatever, and talk about it, and then say, oh, by the way, go to this link and the stems are here, and the thing starts the 1st of next month.
Yeah. I think it's a good opportunity to get, I know for me and for most of us, there's always like the allure of what's under the hood with the artists that we like or look up to, or just the guys that we like to work with. It's like everybody has their way that they kind of do things. And with something like this, I think with the Discord and just meeting other artists that we might not always we wouldn't have had the chance to meet some of these people or necessarily interact with them. And then on this level, collaborate in some sense where, put something that we made out there and then you get the opportunity to work with other artists alongside where that just that opportunity wasn't there before. So I think that part is really cool. I know for me, like even still doing something like that now, if there were other artists that I, were involved with or kind of wanted to be a part of something like that, like that's still something that I get really excited about, seeing how other people work and interpret things and how they're creative with certain things. So I think there's like a lot of iterations that could come of that in the future. And for the first run, I thought it was really cool to see what came through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Ben, I'm going to ask for you to kind of tee up the spiel in a second. What we're awarding for those who rose to the top of the bunch, but there's some really great submissions on this one. We would love to see even more of you jump in next time. We would love, just honestly, I think, and maybe I'm just saying this for one person out there, but I am positive that there was someone who maybe didn't want to do it because they were nervous how it would turn out, or just didn't want to do it if they felt like they were in competition with anyone else. Take the chance, roll the dice, just, collabing and co-writing and remixing and all that. I think Kirk, you may have been my first official collab way back in the day.
Yeah.
And you were super kind to me. You dealt with all of my inadequacies and all of my ridiculousness. You are too kind. But once you kind of just get over the hurdle of like, okay, I am passing my tracks off to someone else, I'm passing stems off, I'm passing an entire song off. It just, once that becomes something that you've put into motion and you've gotten behind you the first or second time behind you, it just becomes that much more natural. And honestly, I know, and we've talked about this all the time on our Sova podcasts and all that. So I don't want to belabor the point, but I think the idea that we all get better when we start engaging with with each other's stuff. Like we learn from each other. We really appreciate the fact that somebody else kind of heard something or did something that is super cool. And it's also different than what I would have ever thrown at it, but you're just like, wow, like that's a new kind of thing. And so you never know how you're going to be inspired. You also never know how your stuff is going to inspire somebody else. So so maybe this is just for that one person out there who's just kind of leaning on the wall and saying maybe next time, I don't know, that wasn't for me. It is for you, and we want you to be a part of it, and there's some really cool stuff ahead. So jump in. Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah.
Ben, so with the Soma Sova remixes that were submitted, what in fact are we doing with the top 2 songs that we wound up selecting for this, the winners of this challenge?
Yes. So I just kind of to tee this up just a little bit. We obviously, all of us went through all of the submissions. We listened through to everything. We ranked them in our kind of top selection. And the top 2 that we selected, we will be playing very shortly. And the idea with this is that we will release those 2 tracks on streaming services later in the year. We're going to be in touch, or I will be in touch with the winners on basically as this episode is going out. On Monday, I will send emails round, and then we can figure out an appropriate time frame and exactly how that's going to come to life. But they will be out there, that we will support them as a label and as our artist as well. And so it's an exciting thing, and I think they turned out amazing. So they're fantastic remixes, and really excited to see those out in the world.
Wait, did you just say that the 2 winners are getting label releases out of this thing?
They will be label releases. We will support them as a label, and it's great. I'm super stoked. I'm super stoked for it.
That's amazing.
That's so cool. It's very
well,
cool.
I love it. It's so great. And hey, next time it could be you. So there we go.
Me? Who, me?
Yes,
could be you.
Marshall.
Funny,
I mean,
here's the thing.
Funny you say that, Marsh, because I'm pretty sure, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that both of the winning songs were remixes of the song that you started at the beginning of our last
just the one that I
Solo
started.
week. Just the but I mean, it's the genesis of the idea that brings it through to the end. So you're getting
seed.
yourself some label releases, Marsh. Well
There we
done.
go. I did.
And here's the thing: I don't actually know who has. I have
None
an
of us do,
envelope here,
right? Yep.
So we don't know who
I love
these,
that you have an
who these
envelope.
winners are.
That's
I have an envelope.
Thank you, Anita, for facilitating.
Yes.
I hope something really good's in that envelope. Yeah.
I'm hoping it's
but
none of us who've done these.
Yeah.
I don't even
I
have a
could open-
guess. Do you have a guess? I don't even want to put it out there. Just
I
like
know.
you just
I do think we should call it an envelope, though, not an envelope. I think it should be called an envelope.
Kirk with the
Okay.
hot
I feel
take.
that makes it more
Easy there,
like
buddy.
the
official.
envelope, please.
All right.
Yes.
So shall I do the announcement? now?
No.
Is that- are we-
Let's save the announcement for the. We gotta let's listen to the songs.
listen to
Let's
the songs
do
first.
our first
Oh, we're
place
going to
winner.
listen first.
Let's do
All
our
right.
second place winner, and let's like talk through each of them, and then I think let's reveal who they were, and then we can kind of like tie it all back together a little bit and reflect on each other. Is that cool?
And
Yeah.
then
Is
we'll
it-
FaceTime
That's
the
cool.
winner right
It's
now.
one envelope with both reveals. Is that it?
I think so. I mean, it actually.
Okay,
has
well then,
all
then
of
we're
the-
just gonna wait till the
yeah.
end. Yeah,
We're
we'll
gonna
wait
wait.
till the
Yeah. Okay, great.
Okay,
We'll do it.
That's cool. That's
Okay.
Glad we
Okay.
planned this out well ahead of time. Right?
Oh, a little peek behind the curtain, everybody. We don't actually know what we're doing. No, we're
We're planning
really
it. We're-
excited.
We're,
about
planning
this.
it right now.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
great.
right.
Well, then, without further ado, here is the winning. This is the first place winning submission, a remix of "Submerged" by Soma Sova.
Dropouts.
I did not listen to this with headphones the first time. I did it with my studio, so the stereo pans even nicer. Wow, it's cool.
This intro is what, for me, separated my first two picks in the combat. I thought it was absolutely beautiful.
It was a great setup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There it is.
It's funny, I don't usually go for ambient music with a lot of like distorted guitar tones, but when I heard this, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make an exception. To
It sounds
my
really
kind of
good.
enjoyment of it. It's so smooth
Yep.
and
Yeah.
so nicely produced that I'm like, yeah, this is really good.
Yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
it was an intentional choice.
Right.
The way that it's in there, like you know that's exactly where they wanted it to go. It's
Well, and it's a really cool way to highlight the analog nature of the challenge with something that has so much character as a guitar in that way.
yeah.
Well, I think it's a guitar. It sounds like a guitar. Don't wanna sound like a noob if it's not a guitar.
Well, it's not a brittle distortion either.
Right.
I think of all the submissions, for me, this probably felt the most human and the most analog and the most just kind of real, which I think I realized as I was listening through that was probably the benchmark that I was going for.
No.
Yeah, and you know, to be daring enough when you take a remix to kind of dissect it into to keep everything really valuable instead of maybe just kind of adding a little thing or two or muting a thing or two. And kind of not that there's anything wrong with that approach, but I like surprises and it adds a level, like it forces you to be thoughtful, and this it feels very thoughtful.
I like the way they're ending it. It's getting all kind of clean.
Yeah.
Well
Cheers.
done.
Beautiful.
First
Well done.
place,
Very good.
submerged remix of Soma Sova.
That was nice.
Goodness, you guys,
Yeah.
I'm glad we're listening back to that again. There's something really sad. The arc of the whole, it felt not to distill it down to 3 acts, but I loved the intentional different portions of it and how they kind of informed each other, and it felt like it started off with a lot of that, the crisp in the high frequencies and some of the chaos, and then it just kind of was like full bloom, and then it ends in this like high roll off, like you're just that really like warm, not fully muted, but definitely wasn't piercing, and I don't know. I thought it was great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I always like when pieces like this have a beginning, a middle, and an end. I think a lot of times we forget that even pieces like this should tell a story in a subtle way, and it definitely told a story, which is cool.
That's a great reminder, man. I mean, just jumping off on that for a second, I think one could maybe, I mean, I've probably done it, can convince yourself like, well, if we're working in the ambient genre, if it's instrumental, if I'm not really doing like anything, beat centric or this, like, it almost feels like we've put these rules around it that kind of force it into perhaps a singular kind of offering, which, there's still so much variety and the latitude is massive in what you're able to do with that. But yeah, I mean, like we as humans like crave that story and it feels so, like there was just no question as to how satisfying each of the, like when it moves into this and then it went to that, you're just like, yep, that was exactly where we're supposed to go. And I love that. I think that's great. Yeah, that's awesome, Gert.
Dig it.
I would like to say that I enjoyed whatever was happening, I guess, spatially in that track. It just felt very, I mean, everything that I don't want to say everything, most of the music that we make sounds very wide with what we do with the space, but I do remember listening to that one on my monitors and even back just now, just whatever the artist did with the space there just felt very immersive. And I love the way that their instrument of choice, which I think again was the guitar, was just adding to the space there, and it felt very much like everything that, at least on the label side, that like we look for with the more warmer sounding stuff. That just felt like a perfect example of the sound that I really love from the ambient music that we love to make. And yeah, it was great. Very nice and warm. Very, very nice.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness. Well, there it is. There's our first place submission to the Soma Sova Remix Challenge. But wait, there's more. We do, in fact, have yet another winner. This is the second place submission. It was edged out just a little bit. I think there were some people who voted it in first and second. It was
not a lot in it at all. It was like a vote or two in it. Like
it was
close,
very very close. So by all means, to the second place winner, just as much kudos. And we will be releasing both of these remixes, which is great. But this is yet another remix of Submerged, started off by Mr. Marshall.
Boom.
And boom. Love it. Why don't we take a listen to the second winning submission of the Soma Sova Remix Challenge? That low end, I mean, it's treated very well. Yeah.
This is another one where the space is just really, really, really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Patient, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
give it its moment.
And there must be something about this track that lends itself to kind of guitar and something just kind of layered on top of some of those ambient beds. But I love the interpretation that this artist has kind of taken in the direction, and that like almost, it's not improvised, maybe it is, but it feels like semi-improvised, and that gives it a very kind of organic and real feel as well. I really like that.
It's a cool way to end it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
delay.
It doesn't feel like it overstayed its welcome. Just hanging out in those kind of that chord progression. Man, there it is. Hey, second winner
Beautiful,
of
really
Dig it.
beautiful.
the
Good
Soma
stuff.
Sova Remix Challenge. Goodness, it just dawned on me in the middle of that. I was like, we're complimenting all these individual parts, and I'm at the point where I have forgotten what I have contributed to each of these Soma songs. Like,
Yeah.
how conceited is it if we're like, oh man, that's just that's
Sick.
that's exactly
that guitar is
like, that
amazing.
it. And
Oh,
it's
my
like,
guitar. I had no idea.
That was my. Oh yeah, sorry, that was Mike.
which no one will ever know besides if we were to go look at the steps. But the people who are doing they're the only ones who really would know. But that's really funny. I think we're in the clear. I'm pretty sure that each of us would kind of catch like, did I do that? I don't think I did that. But that's pat on the back, everybody. No, for real though. Any other thoughts on the second winner? It was beautiful. It didn't have the arc per se. I mean, it did some really nice growing and undulating, if you will, but it wasn't a 3-act piece. But I felt like just even where it ended and sort of the length of it and the kind of thoughtfulness and the improvised feel, like you said, Ben, it just lent itself to the kind of the perfect length. Like there it is, like wonderful. That was a statement, and off it goes. It didn't need any more. It probably shouldn't have done any less, and it just felt very, very like, yep, this is the end. Not just yet, but like this is the finality. This is how this song's going to play out, and I liked that. I think that was great.
Yeah, I think it was a great exercise in patience and restraint by the artist. I think a lot of times you can have, it's kind of almost like a 3-voice piece. You had the bass, you had the pad, and you had the guitar, and just those 3 voices, their interaction was enough, and it was patient and purposeful. And even if it was improvised, it was kind of like somebody who's improvising, and they're just like, I'm gonna do the least amount possible for the biggest impact, and those can be really, really beautiful pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that's a good, that itself is a good reminder, because it's when we're making music like this, I do feel there's always the temptation to be like, okay, well, I did 4 bars of that. Now I need to like add this other element, or now there needs to be the piece that like keeps elevating it, or I need to do something interesting. And it's like, there's such a unique and like tasteful, like that when that's done so well, where it's like you can kind of just keep riding the same elements like that, and it still feels like there's movement, and it still feels interesting, but it's still interesting, but you're like you're too caught up in it to kind of like really, I guess I don't want to say like care, but you're not like being left wanting something else. So I feel like that's that's quite a skill actually, to kind of just be able to do that with just a select few elements where you don't have to keep adding things.
Adding things to add interest. Yeah. It's kind of
Yeah.
that thing
Just for the sake of, yeah.
where you can take, like a spread triad, like a C, G, and a E. And if you are delicate and intentional with the volume, even just the volume changes and the swells and a little bend, and even just on those 3 notes, you could make those interesting and engaging and emotional for a pretty long time, And so to have like this bass that has this beautiful ebb and flow and a little growl on it, and then to have the mild shimmer on the guitar, it's like it scratches the itch in a way that's satisfying.
And maybe I'll say too, on that, like, I will pat ourselves on the back for this one, because the nature of the challenge being the using real instruments, real, like these things that have, you're able to have more expression, and in general, they sound more, I guess, human. You guys know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think when you have a couple elements like that are real instruments, that are people playing them, there's so much more of a translation there, like with, I think, emotion, and just with, for the most part, like the sound in general, right? It has that warmer sound and feel to it that I think we kind of gravitate towards. And I hope we know, of course, I'm not saying, computers and synths are bad. I'm just saying the nature of...
They are, though, right?
They are bad. Computers are bad. We're just saying, yes, so when you have a couple elements like that, I think it's kind of easier to feel a bit more, you feel immersed in that. It's just because it's a real expression of someone playing something. And I think that's the cool thing about these pieces that we did. And it's also really, it's awesome to see how other artists kind of put their take on that. Yeah. Simpler sometimes is more effective, right? In that sense. So yeah, it's really cool.
I think, to emphasize the point that with the second Soma Sova release, we did all challenge ourselves to not use anything inside of the box, which was great. But then also for the remix challenge to hand that particular set of fences over to the remixers as well. And yeah, I mean, like, you're all so right. Actually, just this afternoon, Andrew and I were talking about just the difference between playing just like a beautiful, we'll just say, we were talking about something else, but like a piano sample library that you just love. I just got a new one that I love deeply. Like it's great, but then going and sitting down at an actual piano, like just the reverberation and just like what's happening like in the physical space and how your human body responds to that and inspires, it is really just a fascinating thing. I won't go on too much of a tangent here. My keybird finally showed up, so I now have I sent a photo around a little bit.
So
it's
cool.
It's here. It's great. I am kind of jealous of my fireplace room because that's where it lives, and I probably should just put it down here in the studio, but I'm trying to just surrender it to the whole family, and it's great.
No.
But seriously,
Get another one.
Yeah, well, I know, right? I know.
Can't you just pick it up and carry it around? I thought that was the
Pretty
keyword
much.
thing. Just
I
pick
mean,
it up.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's a gorgeous instrument. Big shout out to Keyword. Absolutely love what you're doing. But we had a digital piano. Case in point, we had a digital piano up there, and my kids enjoy playing, and each of them are taking lessons, all 3 of them. But ever since we got the Keybird, it's I don't think it's just a new thing fascination. Like I think they are feeling the same thing that I feel when I sit down at it, where there is just that, it's like that feedback loop where like you're hitting, and it just the physical response from that organic real instrument, like just what it does to you as a human, and it just makes you want to keep pressing in. I have heard more piano playing over the last week or two than I have in a long time, and I love that. Like everyone just kind of stopping by as they're passing through, and that's so it speaks to just the organic nature and how I think we really, we're all really tied to that, whether we realize it or not. I think it's not only is it a great thing to aim for, but I think we hear it without realizing that we're hearing it too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, have we hit that part of the episode where we get to find out who did these things?
The envelope, please.
I think so. The envelope.
Man, there it is. Okay, how do we want to do this? Do we want to unveil second place first? Should we do that and then
Let's do that.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, drum roll.
All right. Oh, that's funny. Okay, in second place is Eglarian.
Eglarian. All right,
Yes.
congratulations. Okay. Amazing.
I had the pleasure of collaborating with Baz Eglarian earlier in the year. Super talented guy. Yeah, love what he's done with this track. And that is awesome. Yeah, really, really cool.
Oh, that's amazing. I haven't familiarized myself too much with stuff, but yeah, it was an Antarctic Wastelands collab, right?
Memories of the Forgotten. Memories of the Forgotten.
Sure, yep.
It was part of our Echoes Blues Silent Sonic collab releases.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, go check it out. But check out his music in general. It's beautiful. And so yeah,
cool.
Definitely a recommendation to take away from this episode.
Awesome.
Very nice. Sure. Nice work.
They did a great job, man. Excited to release that remix. That's great. Okay. Are we doing this? We're going. They were both awesome. Second place was not but I'm excited to find out first place.
So it feels like we fixed this a little bit. So in first place is Mr.
We didn't know.
Is Mr. Andrew Schaefer, Go Outside.
No way! For real? Stop it. That's awesome. Really funny. That's really
wow.
Hey,
it really wasn't.
Cheers,
this is the first time that I've seen this. Yeah.
Wow. Good work, Andrew.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, dude earned it. Oh, that's really cool. That's really
we got to ask him what he's doing with that guitar.
Quiet there. Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
and I just wanted to. I guess I wanted to add all of the submissions. I was it was just such a pleasure to listen to every single one of them and hear how people had kind of interpreted the music in so many different ways. And even if you were not one of these top two, know that we loved hearing what you did. And also, like we put in the original description and kind of rules for the contest, you're very, very welcome to share it on the Discord, on SoundCloud, on Bandcamp, on your YouTube page if you like. Please feel free to do that. And it was just a pleasure to be a part of this whole process.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
Man, let's keep on submitting, folks. The next one's going to be great.
Yes.
This one was great. The next one's going to be great. And what a joy to be in this together. But again, a giant congrats to our two winners. Can't wait to release this together along with Soma Sova, the Soma Sova collab, kind of how that all works. It's going to be great.
Now, why wasn't my entry selected is what I want to know.
Exactly. There we go. Yeah.
I'm going to share it in the Discord and tell everybody.
Who's got a secret moniker who's just
that would have been so funny.
That would be hilarious.
Mr. Snuffleupagus in the background. And man.
Yeah. No, that would have been funny if one of you guys had submitted one. And I was like,
would have been a good experiment, kind of see.
Goodness.
But then if it didn't get picked, we'd be secretly harbor this. They don't really.
Now I see what you all
really
think of me.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Man, did you hear that?
Let's expose all of those insecurities. Just all at once, one fell swoop. Yeah.
Well, see, I'm glad you asked about that. Here we go.
Oh, love it. Well done, everybody. And again, a giant thanks to everyone who submitted. Giant thanks to Anita for helping us tabulate and
thanks,
letting
Anita.
us know who won. And yeah, guys, I love creating a Soma Sova together. Which was a challenge in and of itself that we started doing about a year ago, just a little less than a year ago, and just fun that, again, I think Ben and I were talking about it last week, where I don't think the original idea was even necessarily that we were going to gear this up for a big release sort of thing, but then we started listening to all of it and we're like, man, this is really great music. We were just really proud of it, and it's fun to just watch that the spider web of the whole thing just continues to grow. And so now I've got a couple great remixes we're going to release, and the sky's the limit. Let's see what happens next.
I love it.
Man. Well, thank you all so much for joining us at the All Ambient Podcast. If you have questions for us, hit us up on the Discord community. You can also, if you don't do it there, you can email us at podcast@all-ambient.com. Kirk, thank you. Ben, thank you. Marsh, thank you. Always love being in this together. Can't wait till next time.
Good
Sounds
stuff.
good.
Thanks, Mike.
See you guys.
Hey everybody, one fun little follow-up about the Soma Sova Remix Challenge. Both winning remixes are out on streaming platforms today, the same day that this episode releases out into the world. So if you're wondering when you're going to get to go hear it, you can go listen to it right now. Just check out Soma Sova wherever you listen to your music. And again, a huge congrats to our two winners. Just an absolutely awesome job. I just listened to them again. We all really, really loved how they turned out. If you weren't involved in this one, next time, please jump on in. Thanks again for being here. If you have any questions, please feel free to join us on the All Ambient Discord community, or you can email us at podcast@all-ambient.com. We'll see you next time. Looking forward to it already.